What's good, y'all? Last week we went into a full body warm up. Today we're going to go into a full body workout. We're going to be focusing on the legs. We're going to go into some quads, some hamstrings. We're going to go chest, a little bit of back. We're also going to engage some core and really dial into correct form, correct muscle engagement, correct technique, so that you can get the best bang for your buck out of this workout. Now, this can be good for beginners and it can be good for those who are advanced. I'll go through some different movements that you can do if you're just starting out, and if you're a little bit more on the beginners or a little bit more on the advanced side, I give you some different ways, some small tweaks that you can implement to really make this workout a little bit more challenging. So definitely let's dive in. Let's have a great workout. Follow along throughout this video, and once you watch it, definitely implement it into your routine. Get a great workout and use this on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, or something to come back to if you really just want to learn and dial in on that technique. So let's get to it. And for our first exercise, we're going to go into some simple goblet squats. We're also going to go heels elevated. I got some platforms here. You can also just use some plates if you're a gym, or if you don't have these, you can use some like small 5-pound plates just to elevate your heels. Just going to help with range of motion, take some pressure off the knees and also the lower back. However, our first squat we're going to start with is a plate press out squat. This will be great for beginners. Really just helps to learn the form, also helps to really know where to put your weight as you want to be sitting back to the heels. So we'll start, feet will be shoulder width apart. You're going to screw your heels or push the pinky toes to the side of your shoes. We'll go plate at the chest. And you want to press out as you squat down, nice and slow and controlled. Drop the knees out, push through the heels back up to the top. So again here, squatting down, weights onto the heels, and then back up. And if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, we're going to go goblet squats. Grab your weight. Doesn't have to be too crazy heavy. It's just something to give you a good challenge level. Maybe around like an 8 or 9 challenge. But again, same setup. Feet are shoulder width apart. Toes to slightly point out. Push those pinky toes to the side of your shoes. Really squeeze the hamstrings and glutes. And same thing. Going down nice and controlled. You can make this harder by going nice 3 to 5 seconds down and back up to the top. So again, sitting back onto the heels, chest up, core brace. Big exhale. And you really want to make sure you're really sitting onto the heels, engaging the legs, engaging the core. Shouldn't feel too much pressure in the lower back. We can do that for 3 sets of about 8 to 10 reps, even 6 if you're just starting out, but about 3 sets of 8 to 10, and good starting point there. All right, second up, we got some dumbbell bench press. We're going to be doing these movements as a superset. So you do your squats first. Once you get done that first set, come over and do your bench press. And we're going right into the correct way to pick these up. So you want to be standing up, squat down, because you don't want to be sitting down and rounding forward, putting all that pressure on your lower back. So squat down, chest up, pick your weights up, and then get set up on the bench. So kicking the dumbbells up as you lie back, arms and hands at a 45 degree. Pull your shoulder blades together, wrist up to the ceiling. Nice control down, back up. Notice how I'm not flaring my elbows out. Elbows at a 45, back up. So avoiding doing this here. Nice and tight. And then one pro tip is as you press up, squeeze the chest inwards. That's going to create a lot more activation in the chest when you put your weights down. Same thing as we started up, squatting down and dropping. But pretty much simple bench press. Really want to engage the chest, not too much shoulder. So again, starting here, shoulder blades back, coming down, big squeeze up to the top, squeezing those pecs. It's going to really help to engage the chest a lot more. We'll go about 3 sets of these, and we'll go 8 to 10. You can do 6 2 on the low end, but 8 to 10 will be an ideal rep range. And for our next superset, we're going to start with some reverse lunges. Now with these, you want to emphasize correct positioning of your legs. So as you step back, you want to make sure front knee is over the heel, back knee is pretty much under your hip, and you're sinking right down into that front heel, pushing through the front heel to the top. So again here, sink down, push through that front heel to the top, really working the hamstrings, quads, and glutes of the working leg. So again here, lunge back and back up to the top. If I switch over, we got the same thing, lunging back here and back up. Really sinking into that front heel, chest stays up, push to that front heel to the top. Now, if you can stick there, body weight, if you're just learning the form, if you want to add some complexity to this movement, some resistance, just grab your weight. We'll go 1 dumbbell off to the side. It's going to be on the same side as the foot that steps back. So nice and tall, chest up, shoulders back. Again, sinking into that front heel, pushing to the heel to the top. So here, big exhale, back up. We'll go 6 to 8 each leg, and that'll be the ideal rep range. Again, creating a lot of tension within that working leg. The forward leg is going to be the working leg here. But again, 6 to 8 reps, we'll go 3 sets. All right, our next movement is going to be a knee on the bench dumbbell row. We're going to be working the muscles in the back. So along the scapula, a little bit into the lats. You get some posterior delt work here as well, and kind of all the muscles back on here in the back. So really working the posterior chain of the upper body. Really good for avoiding any injuries, especially around the scapula, and also good for building the muscles within the back. So as we get set up, you want to go one knee on the bench, one hand on the bench that same side. You'll be rowing on the opposite side. Nice wide base. So before you start, I'm just going to go without the dumbbell to start. Pushing into the bench, you don't want to be sinking into your shoulder. You're going to pull your shoulder blade or pull your shoulder back, squeezing the shoulder blade of the working side. And then I'm going to drive my elbow to the hip, squeeze, and back down. So in here, good squeeze back in, really bracing the core, avoiding to round the back or arch too much. And you really want to avoid flaring that elbow out to the side or being too close or shrugging the shoulder. So nice and relaxed, rolling up, back down. So creating a lot of tension within the back, squeeze, back in. And we'll go 8 to 10 here. You can also go 6 to 8 on the low end, but 8 to 10 will be an ideal rep range for these here. All right, and last two exercises, we're going to finish off with some core work. We're going to go into some dead bugs to start. So we're going to go body weight, simple form to get it going, and then we'll add some complexity or resistance to this movement. But the biggest thing here is you want to make sure your lower back stays flat. So as I'm getting set up, I want to lift my shoulder blades off the floor, creating a lot of engagement in the core. Lift my butt up slightly. Again, more activation, arms up to the ceiling. Big exhale. To extend out nice and slow one leg. Leg comes back in, and we'll switch over. And back up. So again, creating a lot of tension in the core. We'll go about 3 sets, about 5 to 6 on each side, or 10 to 12 total. And breathing is going to be key here with the core. That's what's going to create a lot of activation, also drive the lower back flat. To add some resistance to this movement, just same thing. We're going to plate overhead to start, lift the shoulder blades up, big exhale, lower back slightly, come back up, and then switching back over and back up to the top. So get a good, more resistance on the core. You got to fight to keep your lower back flat and getting a lot of resistance. Again, we'll go about 3 to 5, or 3 sets, about 5 to 6 on each side. And our last exercise of this full body workout is going to be our elbow side plank. We're going to be working the obliques here. And I'm pretty sure everyone's pretty much accustomed to or used to a pretty simple elbow side plank. However, I'll go over 2 specific, or about 3 specific form cues that'll allow you to get much more work out of this movement. So when you set up, you want to go elbow. You can use a pad for your elbow if needed, but elbow right under your shoulder. You don't want to be here or too far out here. And you're going to put one foot, that top foot is going to go in front of the bottom. You're going to lift the hips up nice and high. You're going to push your butt forward. So if you're hanging down the back here, you won't get much engagement in the obliques. You might get some just a lot of extra pressure, but to really train the muscles, hips high, hips forward, really squeeze in here on the side of your feet. We'll go a 2-second inhale through the nose, 4-second exhale out the mouth. So really squeezing the core here. As I turn to the side, get a little side view. So same setup. And just think, if my butt's back this way, a lot less engagement. Nice and high and forward. Arm up to the ceiling. Again, 2-second inhale through the nose. 4 seconds out the mouth. Getting a lot of engagement within the obliques. And we'll hold that each side, 3 sets. We'll go about 6 to 8 deep breaths, 2 seconds in, 4 seconds out. That'll count as 1 breath. Well, again, we'll go 6 to 8 as our rep count there, but a lot of engagement will happen on the obliques if you apply those form cues. And there you have it, a nice, simple yet effective full body workout that you can do. Again, we're working on the chest, we're working on the shoulders a bit. We got the back muscles engaged. We got the quads, the hamstring, glutes. And also the core, which is very important. Our core is our fundamental, or is our foundation, or pretty much the abdominal muscles. Your core can be your chest, shoulders, back, and the abdominal muscles, but really just a full body targeted workout. Again, doing each superset. You got the squats and the bench press. You got the reverse lunges and the rows, and you got the 2 core exercises at the end. Doing each one about 3 sets. Or I had the rep count throughout the workout, but primarily on average about 6 to 8, maybe 8 to 10 reps. And how you want to do the breakdown is going to be first up, squats and bench press. You're going to do 3 rounds of that. You can go some rest in between as needed, but 3 rounds, you can rest for about a minute in between the first and second circuit. Then go to the second circuit, reverse lunges in the rows. We'll go 3 rounds of each, and then you'll go another rest in between. And you'll go core exercises or abdominal muscle exercises, and we'll go again 3 rounds with the rep counts there. And I have it all broken down on this clip art here, but pretty much you'll go through this workout, pretty simple, pretty effective. Really apply those form cues and keep on growing and getting stronger. And I'll check y'all on the next one. Peace and love.